Hello, welcome back to another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. This is a 2,000 point game rematch, actually, between the Wood Elves and the Warriors of Chaos. Here's the stalwart Battle Standard Bearer fending off the Warriors there in the distance. We rolled it up, and we got another Blood and Glory. We have slightly bigger armies this time, going head to head. The terrain does not come into any play whatsoever, so as far as this battle report goes, I will just count it all as normal. This is an overview of my army here. Just the whole thing placed on, spread out here with my Glade Riders on the left, 5 of them with Musician, an Eagle, 2 units of 12 Branch Wraiths, Dryads, each with a Branch Wraith, Branch Nymph, and I have a Branch Wraith in the front right-hand corner of the forwardmost unit. And I'm actually thinking maybe it'd be smarter to take just 3 units of 8 rather than 2 units of 12. Rather than be able to spread them out, send them in higher numbers, and see what I can do. Not worry about the Branch Nymphs, and focus more on saving points. And then on my right flank, I have a small unit of 10 Glade Guard with Battle Standard Bearer. My level 4 Sorcerer in with 14 Glade Guard and Banner of Movement. I do have a banner in the other unit, but I just don't have a painted model, so I didn't put it out there. 6 Treekin, another Eagle, and 7 War Dancers, my Honor Guard. So I set a little trap over here on the right-hand flank for the Chaos Knights, with between the Eagle, the War Dancers, and the Treekin. I should be able to take them out here because they're placed on the left flank. My goal is to lure them over and be able to either control the charge or create a counter charge. So I'm thinking I'm not worried about that unit whatsoever, and I've got them focused in the middle here. There's this large horde of Marauders with flails. They're a little more daunting, but they don't have a banner, so I'm not too worried. But these guys are the guys I have charging in on me. I really just love the paint job that Jeffrey's done here, so hats off again to him. And they're looking just pretty mean, pretty fierce, since I do have to focus quite a bit on them. The Marauder Horde here in the center. They don't have a banner, but they're buffed by what's not a chariot in the back, but it's actually a War Shrine, which we played as a chariot, but I don't think that had any significant effect on the outcome. 5 Chaos Hounds in front, and then on the left flank, this is where the real meat of his army is, and what really causes me some fear. He has his Hell Cannon in the corner, so that, is or is not going to be a big factor, just totally based on chance and the roll of the dice. And then the big unit of Chaos Warriors, which is just brutal. Only 2 unpainted models here in the front are the Sorcerer Lord with the staff, and then an Exalted Hero of Nurgle. Everyone else has the mark of Nurgle, so my shooting is going to be very much hindered, and I'll have a tough time hitting them in combat. He has a lot less units. He sends everyone charging forward with the Hounds running out in the front here. So they run up, no fear whatsoever. He buffs his warriors with the War Shrine, gives them +1 to armor save, and the Knights move up quite far. So the way things are looking, I'm feeling great about the right-hand flank. They're moving right into my trap. He tries to cast a spell, rolls double ones, fails the spell, ends the turn, and that's okay with me. The Hell Cannon fires away. So my first round, a little nervous, shoots right, drops it right here, hits my BSB's unit, hits the BSB but fails to wound, thankfully, and then takes out half the unit. He rolls, sticks around, stays with the stalwart general sitting right there next to him. My turn 1, I run up on my left flank here, put the Eagle out in front, bring the Glade Riders behind, and this is where I make one of my first mistake. Probably didn't play out in the end, but what I should have done is move the Glade Riders further over to the left so that he has to charge my Eagle, flee with the Eagle, then he would redirect into the Glade Rider, they flee, and then the unit of warriors is out of the way, and I can still shoot at the Warhounds. The Dryads move up into the forests. They're, exactly where they want to be, nice and happy. Hopefully he'll charge me, and I'll be sitting there stubborn. I'm not worried. All my attacks, everything, happy about that. And the second unit of Dryads in the back. I bring the Glade Guard up. They're ready to go. And the general here is directing. What's kind of fuzzy in the background is my eagle flies in front of the knights. So if he wants to charge, he has to charge the eagle. If he overruns, he'll hit the war dancers, and then I'll get a flank charge in my buffed up Wiston's Wild Form Treekin. Here are my Glade Riders. They're shooting. They kill 3 of the 5 Warhounds who passed their panic test, no problem. They're feeling pretty tough about themselves. And on this side, what was much neater is this much greatly diminished unit shoots and kills 2 of the Chaos Knights, which was just fantastic. Surprise, surprise. And that came from the smaller unit, didn't even come from the big unit. And a couple bad rolls. And that's all it took. Here's a closer look at the setup here of the little trap I laid. I'm feeling pretty good about things. So, coming on his turn 2, he takes the bait on this side, charges the eagle. And here's where I kind of realized my mistake. I can't flee with the eagle, so I'm just going to waste it. He moves right up into the forest, which ends up being a normal forest. And you can see my Dryads just hidden in the next forest along while he's just sitting out there. I'm thinking maybe this is an opportunity to charge, take out this unit. He won't be steadfast in a forest. Yeah, there's lots of options here. He charges his 3 remaining knights into my my eagle. Oh, I have to mention that he rolled on the War Shrine and gave the Marauders 1 extra attack. He then casts one of the Lore of Tzeentch spells, and I have to attack myself. I roll all 5s and 6s, both to hit and to wound. And a few minutes later, my Glade Riders are rapidly dashing off, sounding the strong retreat on their horn. It was an ignoble start to their game. He easily defeats my eagle with the knights, but does not take the bait and just reforms. So now I have the possibility of 2 charges, and the same thing here where he reforms. And this is where I noticed my big mistake. Now he's just here. I have other options to get him out of the way, and he can't easily charge me, but I don't love it. Here comes mistake number 2, and this is the big one. I declare 2 charges. The first one to charge the first unit of Dryads into the large unit of Marauders. The second one into the Hounds. I'm going to beat the Hounds, overrun the War Shrine. I'm okay with that. Don't know how it's going to go. But I couldn't wheel enough with the first unit to charge both units into the Marauders. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to charge on the Marauders, which have +1 attack from the War Shrine. They're going to be really brutal with their flails, and I'm going to have to see what I have to do there. I then charge my Treekin in here, and I choose not to charge my War Dancers. I wouldn't be in his flank, so I hold off on them. My Glade Riders rally, and they move over here out of charge arc of the warriors and can shoot the Hell Cannon. Who knows, may get lucky. And here are my Dryads, still hidden in their forest, charging in here. My War Dancers move around the flank. And so I'm feeling really comfortable here. I think that my Treekin should be able to handle this fight. Worst comes to worst, they don't. I should still be able to charge the remaining Chaos Knights. In this case, if we survive, I should survive long enough to be able to countercharge him and get into his flank, do some damage over here. Sounds good to me. Unfortunately, this battle did not go well at all. He kills the whole Dryad unit to a man, to a Dryad. Only the branch Wraith is left alive, and of course I flee. On this side, I kill 2 of his knights. He kills one of my Treekin, and actually wins combat with his banner. He wins one by 1 with his musician, and luckily I stick around. Rerollable. And this is the problem. So, with my Dryads here, he can overrun, which he does. He catches me and now is perfectly set up to kill both my BSP and my general. Just to be safe, he turns and faces with his Chaos Warriors. He turns the flank of my Dryads, and this is what it looks like after his charges are completed. I choose to flee with my BSB. That's pretty much the only thing I have to do. I get away, don't flee off the board. But he does roll high enough, he would have to roll abysmally to not get into the combat with my Glade Guard, and then overruns. And this is, I do beat the knights in the back, but it's really, this is where the whole thing fell apart. So it's turn 3. Instead of taking my BSB into my general's unit, moving the whole other Glade Guard unit out and around and angled so that if he beats my Dryads, he overruns into them, and I either have a flank or I don't have to worry about it with my general's unit. And I can just shoot, attack, do damage, whatever, defeat the knights, bring everybody back around, take out this unit. That's where I could have stuck around and potentially survived. Instead, I set him up perfectly so he could overrun on his turn, charge, and completely destroy all my critical units. Takes me down immediately, and my fortitude goes below my level, and I lose the game in the middle of turn 3. It was a short, brutal game, and with a glaring error right in the middle. But we're both eagerly looking to the next challenge out there. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.